Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome back to Homeworld 3. Well, Homeworld 3, the demo that just dropped with the Steam Next Fest. It's playable right now. Thank you, Gearbox Publishing, for sponsoring this video. I appreciate it. I'll drop a link down below for the official Homeworld Discord so you can keep up with development, and a link to the full game if you're interested down in the description. So the important stuff that you're gonna wanna know up front, preloaded in the video. Next Fest is only for a week, and the demo will only be around until the 12th. It is multiplayer, and it's based on the same game mode that I covered a few months ago, the War Games mode, the co-op roguelike where you get to pick a starting fleet and then go solo or with friends and play through a set of maps with objectives, spawning on each one of them until you complete it and then move on to the next map. It's a fun mode that mixes up that standard Homeworld gameplay. You start with just a carrier and whatever your starting fleet has, be it recon fighters, interceptors, bombers, corvettes, frigates, you name it. Missile frigates, that's actually one for the bomber group. Once you're in, it's time to start mining RUs or resource units and do your best as a team to secure areas of the map. The longer you're in an area without completing the objective, the bigger the enemy attacks will become, and you can stay in an area for as long as you want if you can survive it. You can keep track what the enemy battle group is up to with the bar on the top left. Don't mess around here. We did on one match yesterday and even made a few comments about how strangely quiet it's been and how it's never been this much of a break between attacks.
Craft closing fast.
All right, group one, group two, break and engage.
Ready. Carrier is
Got enemy fighters on my position.
engaging enemy strike craft.
There's a lot there. Oh my God.
Where?
Targeting individuals.
4 destroyers incoming from the secure area.
Strike craft
Right.
closing fast.
Right. Okay.
Enemy strike craft. What's the call?
So if they don't have a lot on them, bombers are doing their thing. I'm breaking them off now.
Okay,
Missiles coming in. Strike craft dialed in.
that is.
Oh my God, there's so many of them. And they're just annihilating my, oh, come on bombers, I need you. And then we saw the enemy show up with 6 destroyers and smack us around, and we actually lost that run. Destroyers, by the way, are bigger than any unit that we can build because we're limited to carrier production. If you've ever played Homeworld, you know what I'm talking about. Speaking of resources, each map has little RU fields or resource unit fields. These are like little asteroid fields that you can go over. They show up as yellow in the sensor map in a limited supply around. Now, these can be mined just like classic Homeworld 1 and 2 with your resource collectors, of which I like to build a couple of extra or max them out when possible, if I've got the extra RUs, so that you can mine even more faster and then get moving to the next objective. The other resources on the map are artifacts. These can be found in resource boxes, or big crates, these long crates, spread around each map. They do seem to stay, so once you know where one is, you can just rush over there with your scouts and pick them up, if you can get them there quickly enough. Having a unit of scouts fly through these is how you actually grab them, and when you do so, you get to choose between one of 3 upgrades. These are random, but your starting fleet choice does seem to dictate what kind of options can show up here. For example, one of the most effective upgrade my ally Avisern found was the Ion Frigate Sniper artifact, which allowed his Ion Frigates to really reach out and smack enemy vessels from a much greater range, and that became a core of his strategy all day yesterday as we were playing.
It's an ion down.
Damn, how you doing on money? You got any left?
I got some left because we got our money income there.
Shockingly, yeah, that works. I don't think for very long, though.
They're all over me. Corvette in sight. Engaging.
Okay, I think I've got your ions
Corvette in sight.
still in the fight.
Looking to engage.
So far. We gotta start moving to the next one though.
Corvette engaging.
Yeah, we do.
Target locked. Engaging
I'm gonna
enemy
order the
strike
scout ships to stick with you and defend the ions.
Corvette
Let's get the hell out of here.
They're firing. Receiving.
We're heading south.
Push through the zone.
Yep, we're moving.
Another one that I found was the Railgun Corvette upgrade, which gave me a faster firing Vulcan cannon on all my Railgun Corvettes, which was sort of effective, and I actually managed to pick up multiples of these, so it doubled down on the bonus. Yes, you can pick up more than one if you happen to get them in the boxes. Or another unlock I got was the totally new frigate type, the Barrage Missile Frigate, which I did not been able to effectively use properly, and they all seem to just explode. There are some interesting options for building out your fleet here. We even found artifacts that increase our build caps for ship classes. So something like 5 more frigates in your fleet can make a pretty big difference if you can manage to get enough RUs to produce them and keep them alive so you're at that build cap. Also, your starting fleet choice can affect your build caps. So check that when you spawn in, when you get a new fleet, check to see where you're building. Because we don't have a mothership, by the way, we can't build the really big ships, but you do get a chance to see the mothership. I highly recommend that you play through the tutorial, not only to kind of refresh the controls, or even try the new modern controls, which use WASD controls, but that you check out the new mothership. It does have the button that lets you rotate it, which I find hilarious, either Team Croissant or Team Banana.
Training will begin with reviewing and testing functionality necessary for future missions.
This, though, doesn't apply to enemy ships. As I mentioned with the destroyers, the enemy can bring in bigger ships than you can build, and that includes the battle cruiser at the end of the entire run that acts like a boss fight, which we got to multiple times, but were unable to win against. And I found that in this version of War Games, it's a bit harder than the one that came out a few months ago that I was able to play in the private build.
Lock on. Gunner, please return the favor.
Nice to have your ions. Your ions are gonna like point blank them.
I know, I don't know why. I told them to attack and they're like, yeah, let's just go right there.
Oh, switch targets. Your ions have gotten into firing like line of my missiles.
Collectors are out. Materials uptick incoming.
Ions, turn up.
Missiles away.
Going defensive.
My ions have death wishes, man.
Yeah, they do.
I tell them to attack something, they're like, I'm gonna charge it.
I'm going in.
Focus fire on hostile corvette.
Targeting
The real question becomes, how do you build your fleet out? With each run being different with whatever artifacts you happen to find and whatever fleet you choose. It is just a demo, so keep in mind that the map will stay the same, but the objectives will be sort of randomized. You never know what you're gonna find. It could be escorting civilians or capturing and holding a location, or having to send your carrier to a certain spot on the map, which changes out how you're gonna be playing them. Once you've accomplished the main mission though, you'll get a hyperspace button that'll pop up. You can punch that and then you get to bounce out or stay around as long as you want. But that becomes very high risk very quickly. After each run, win or lose, you'll start gaining ranks to unlock new fleets and little profile pictures and stuff. And then your ions are getting work done.
Objective complete. New enemies will continue
No.
to move on to the next mission.
We can bail.
We got it.
line them up.
You ready?
Hyperspace.
Do it.
Before I lose the baby, before I lose her.
No! Where were you losing? Tell me it's not the carrier.
Ion frigate. There's an ion frigate.
Sad times.
I think I lost it.
Right now, I'm working toward the new one that's there. It's called the Captured Incarnate Fleet, meaning with this demo, if I can max out my rank, I get a chance to operate some of the new enemy ships. I'm really looking forward to that. I want to check out more of the units that are available. The Scout Fighter in mass number with the right fleet are a force to be reckoned with in this game mode. Also, there's a special afterburner ability that they get, which means that you can rush across the map to save your buddy's ion frigates quicker than anything else in the field. 25 of these things can do some damage. This might be my favorite unit so far. Quantity is a quality of its own, after all. So what's the point of this video? Well, to tell you to go play the demo. It's available right now. Not only do you get a chance to play some Homeworld 3 before it releases, but it's a good chance to help give some feedback over at the Homeworld official Discord. The link is in the description. Thank you for joining me. Expect more Homeworld 3 content here on the channel as time goes on. And don't forget, if you're new here, subscribe for more gaming modding goodness. I'll catch you next time. Oh, it's still alive. Yeah.
Send message.
Not for very long with the assault corvettes coming right behind you.
I'm pushing towards you now. Yeah, that's not good. As long as there's no plasma in there, I might survive for a few seconds.
Fleet carrier.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Enemy corvette is close range.
Oh, this is gonna suck. Ah! Make them pay for it.
Command. Carrier sustaining critical damage, which won't last much longer.
We do have reinforcements coming. We should have our destroyers soon. There goes my carrier. I hope it bought you time.
It did.
Ready, set.
Oh no. And there's the enemy battle cruiser.
Is it right above us? I hope not.
Above us, yes. It looks like he's also got fighter escort. I hope those are fighters and not just a wave of missiles or something. He is directly above you. He'll be there shortly. You need to run with the carrier.
I don't have much of that choice, sir.
Try to dive behind underneath some rocks or something, man. They're about to have a shot at you, and a battlecruiser has multiple ion weapons in the front. And he's gonna have a shot on you in 10 seconds. Da-dum, da-dum. Oh, I see you turning the port. Get under the wall. I think the destroyers are here. The destroyers are here.
Send message.
I've ordered it to move in. Oh, it's way above us. Your destroyer's here too. Oh, it's not gonna be enough time.
Helm, coordinate and assume guard position.
Problem is the destroyer's only like half that thing's size.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to send your resource carriers to distract it.
Oh, yeah, can do. On the way. Oh, I see. You're like, gotta get around the corner. Oh, there goes his ion weapons and his main batteries.
And done. She's
Yep,
done.
he's done. But we made it all the way to getting the actual destroyers.
It's just we chose the wrong one to end on because it spawns above us.
Yeah. Well, I think it's random around the battlefield somewhere, and I just got bomber fleet.
Better.